Good housekeeping is a way to prevent slips, trips, and falls at your workplace. Housekeeping at a work site is defined as cleaning or maintenance that makes work possible but is not the main work itself. Housekeeping takes place both in and outdoors at the work site. According to the Workers' Compensation Board of Alberta, almost 20% of all injury claims involve slips, trips, and falls. Approximately 14% of all slip, trip, and fall injuries occur at the same level. This could be as simple as tripping over an extension cord in your office or slipping and falling while getting out of your vehicle. Everyone at a workplace needs to take workplace incidents like slips, trips, and falls seriously. In fact, responsibility is the foundation of Alberta's occupational health and safety laws. This foundation is known as the Internal Responsibility System. This means each worksite party is responsible for workplace health and safety based upon the party's authority and control of the worksite. For example, if a worker sees a hazard, even if it is not in their area of work, the worker should remove it before an incident occurs. If the worker does not have the authority or control to address the hazard, the worker needs to notify someone who does, such as a supervisor or the employer. Another key element of OH&S law is the requirement for employers to assess and control hazards. All worksites must do an assessment to identify hazards so they can be eliminated or controlled before someone gets hurt. Information on conducting a hazard assessment can be found at the bottom of the screen. If you are unfamiliar with hazard assessments, you may wish to pause this video and review the information prior to returning. Poor housekeeping can cause incidents, such as tripping over loose objects on floors, stairs, and platforms, being hit by falling objects, slipping on greasy, wet, or dirty surfaces, bumping into items that are poorly stacked or sticking out. To avoid these hazards, a workplace must maintain order throughout the workday. This is not a one-time or hit-and-miss cleanup done occasionally. Periodic panic cleanups are costly and ineffective in reducing incidents. Although this effort requires management and planning, the benefits are many. Housekeeping includes recognizing the role the layout of the whole workplace plays in preventing injuries. This includes aisle marking, storage facilities, and maintenance equipment. Cleaning up is less of a chore when there is a defined space for putting items away, knowing where the cleanup equipment or supplies are kept, and knowing where the marking devices like wet floor signage are kept. During the next few minutes, the video will focus on specific situations or hazards as they relate to housekeeping and preventing slips, trips, and falls. Think about where you walk and the need to be aware of things that can change the surface you walk on. Kitchen and dining areas are not limited to just restaurants. Food prep and dining areas can be found everywhere from ski hills to oil field camps to senior lodges to downtown office towers. These areas and those adjacent to them often have transitions to different flooring surfaces. Going from carpet to tile or tile to vinyl can change how our footwear grips the floor from one step to the next. While cleaning up spills or debris should be done immediately, other steps such as non-slip mats between transitions or where spills are common can help prevent slips and falls. There are other types of surface transitions, such as workers moving from the indoors or a sheltered area to the outdoors. Weather can affect the transition hazard. On a loading dock, metal plating on the ground may save damage from vehicles, but it can become very slippery with a light dusting of snow. You may want to think about other slipping hazards related to weather and going from indoors to outdoors. These include mud or melting snow or ice being brought inside, which may make flooring slippery. Regular housekeeping or maintenance of these areas needs to be done throughout the day, not just at the end of a shift or when it's convenient. Frequently, these spaces require a doorway or entryway that is at a height above ground level. Walkways and edges should be clearly marked. Dock platforms, bumpers, and stairs should be inspected on a routine schedule to ensure that they are in good condition. Good housekeeping can also be applied to working around vehicles and equipment. Make sure that when exiting your vehicle, you take a second to evaluate the ground before taking your first step. Wet leaves, mud, and ice are common causes for parking lot slips. This could prevent you from even starting your day, and these types of injuries often result in being off work for extended periods. Make sure to check and clean your footwear before entering or exiting equipment, such as a paver or tractor. Check if the equipment has sharp metal projections that could snag clothing and cause a loss of balance and a fall. Check if the entrance to the equipment is clear of obstructions, such as tools left on the running board or steps. Good housekeeping and maintenance can increase safety when working with equipment designed for heights, such as scaffolds and fall protection harnesses. Inspect harnesses, railings, stairways, equipment, and scaffolding before and during use. Along with cleanliness and maintenance, weather can also play a factor in related hazards. Rain can cause corrosion, which is never good when it comes to equipment. A fall protection system may be designed for outdoor use, but you need to maintain it to extend the lifespan of a product and reduce potential wear and tear. To help ensure the health and safety of the people who use fall protection equipment, it never hurts to check it after a storm or heavy rain. Temperature also impacts the form and strength of all types of metals, as well as the degree of wear on materials. Most permanent fall protection systems are made of metal. When exposed to high temperatures for a long period of time, metal parts expand and the chance of deformity increases. Regular checks may help detect weakened metal. Ongoing housekeeping at the worksite is much more than looking neat and tidy. It can help prevent injuries from slips, trips, and falls, and ensure everyone goes home safely at the end of the day. The tutorial series is produced by the OH&S Prevention Initiative, a partnership between the Alberta government, industry, labor, and health and safety organizations. The following organizations contributed to this tutorial.